I would know about that molecule dopamine a year ago, I could do a lot of work. I couldn't understand how certain people are motivated to do the hard work every time. They are literally motivated 24/7 to do the hard work with a lot of fire. Their secret is that they maintain a baseline level of dopamine. So dopamine is a neuromodulator, which means it's a chemical that modulates or changes the electrical activity of neurons. Neurons are your nerve cells. It is important to understand that dopamine is not only pleasure, although dopamine can give you satisfaction, but it is mainly your motivation and drive to do what you need to do throughout the day. And to make this a little easier for you to understand, I want you to think about dopamine as a wave pool. So think that the normal water level of that wave pool is your baseline level of dopamine, and you have peaks and troughs of dopamine, okay, waves. These waves can be of different heights, they can be little ripples, okay, that mini waves. You can think of those as mini peaks of dopamine, and they can be big ass crashing waves. If the height of those waves and the frequency of those waves is very big, then some of that water, dopamine, can spill out from the wave pool and baseline drops. However, if those peaks are small enough, then baseline stays more or less constant. Or if those waves are very big and are very frequent, you will get trough after trough, and pretty soon you will empty that pool. So things like cocaine, amphetamine will give you big ass peaks of dopamine. But remember, where there is a big peak, there is also a bigger, deeper crash of dopamine. So with that being said, now you know what dopamine is, and now we need to maintain our baseline level of dopamine. And yes, there are fundamental things that you need to do in order to get your dopamine levels to the baseline, and that is getting a good quality and quantity of sleep. At least 85% of your nights will get your levels of dopamine to the baseline. Eating clean, exercising, hydrating properly, getting sunlight in the morning. I talked a lot about those good habits that will actually get your dopamine to the baseline. This sounds great, but how we actually increase our dopamine, our motivation to do the hard things throughout the day? And there is a couple things that you can do that will increase, that will give you a good peak of dopamine and will keep that peak going for hours. In other words, you will feel motivated for a certain period of time if you will do what I will tell you the next, which is a great dopamine booster. And the first thing is a cold shower or cold water exposure. And I'm talking about 215% of increase in dopamine. That's huge. Cold water immersion, 40 Celsius, lowered rectal temperature and increased metabolic rate by 315%, heart rate and systolic and diastolic blood pressures by 5%, 7%, and 8% respectively. Plasma, noradrenaline, and dopamine concentration were increased by 513% and by 215% respectively. The cool thing about it that this increase in dopamine after a cold shower or cold water exposure will keep going from 4 hours to 5 hours. In other words, you can do your work motivated for 5 hours after your cold shower. But how long you need to take cold shower, the number is from 30 seconds to 2 minutes, and how cold you need to make that water cold, uncomfortably cold that you want to get out, but you can safely stay in for another 30 seconds. But after 2 minutes, you will improve your metabolism by shivering. So if your goal is to mainly boost dopamine by using this cold shower thing, then 2 minutes will do the job. But if you are resilient enough, go for a little more. And cold shower will not only increase dopamine, but also adrenaline, noradrenaline, which is great for morning concentration work and focus. But don't take cold shower after your weightlifting session because it will harm your results from the workout. I will not go into this in the details, but you can click on this video to understand why that is. And the second thing that will increase your dopamine and that will keep that peak of dopamine going is a non-sleep deep rest, NSDR. 10 to 20 minutes of non-sleep deep rest or yoga nidra, they are similar, can increase a good number of dopamine. I will leave a link in the description to Dr. Andrew Huberman's non-sleep deep rest protocol, which is just 10 minutes, but it will get your dopamine up. So don't forget to do the fundamental things like sleep, hydration, exercise, eating clean, that will get your dopamine to the baseline, and use a couple of tools that I described earlier to boost your dopamine to feel motivated throughout the day. So that's it. I hope you found this video helpful. If so, please subscribe to my channel. This is the best way to support me. And also turn those notifications on so you never miss new video. Dedicate your life to your purpose. And bye, brother.